There certainly is a lot of talk right now in regards to what happens with the mutants and Marvel Studios. There's been plenty of rumors that have suggested that they are going to be making their first official big entrance into the MCU in the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Many of these rumors, scoopers, and sources are all saying Professor X is in fact in the film. But get this, it's actually going to be a live action version of the 90s animated series version. So this is quite honestly one of the most insane rumors I've heard, but again, nothing is off the table or out of the question anymore. And the rumor suggests that everything we talked about before is true. Yes, Doctor Strange gets captured in the multiverse. He's captured by Ultron bots that are working for Professor X. They're in the X Mansion or underneath it. But then the big reveal is going to be, I'm not the Professor X you know from the main continuity. No, I'm a different Professor X. I am from the cartoon continuity, a alternative version of the 90s cartoon. That's who Patrick Stewart would be playing. And essentially, we're going to learn that the upcoming Marvel Studios X-Men 97 is going to pick up the thread of how the universe gets there, which is why it's the first Marvel Studios X-Men project, so they can take longer to introduce the rebooted X-Men into the MCU, but also play with these elements. And honestly, as insane as this sounds, it sounds like it works, right? You guys get what I'm saying here? Like, you can rationalize this in your brain going, you know what? Yeah, the multiverse is so messed up, Professor X literally goes insane and is working with Ultron because, well, he's lost his mind. Yeah, I buy it. Now again, these are heavy rumors, so take them as that. But again, the more and more people we start hearing report this, the more it sounds so possible that it almost seems like if it wasn't going to happen, then who would come up with something this insane, right? Like sometimes you can think of things that just sound fanboy-y, but in the end you're like, that is fanboy, that's never gonna happen. You know, Iron Man's gonna fly into space and meet the Guardians at the end of Iron Man 3. That was stupid. Same thing with Vision. I remember that report from, I think, man, who was hashtag show, I think, something about Vision going to space or something. It doesn't matter, that's not important. This actually sounds possible because we've seen this type of concept and idea already get introduced into the MCU with a few projects now with the multiverse and variants. So this would quite honestly be absolutely insane. And if they were to do this, I think this would be just icing on the Doctor Strange cake, because could you imagine we get to X-Men 97 and we kind of know the end goal, and then it's like, well, let's look for clues about what happens next, because it could go either way, which makes me think that this thing could be absolutely nuts in its entirety. And Sam Raimi is the man that could pull this off, so I'm hyped if this, even if a fraction of this turns out to be true.